Okay, today I'm gonna cook a steak on my rocket stove, and I'm gonna use my Nordic Ware kettle smoker. Put the steak in there for about 20-25 minutes, temperature about 225 235, and then when it's done from there, I'm gonna sear it on the cast iron pan. So I'm going to get this fire started. What I'm going to do is put a few little paper in there. I'm going to stuff some wood in there. And just to make it simple and easy, I'm going to use a little of this lighter fluid. The wind right now is pretty calm. Yesterday it was blowing like heck. So I'm gonna go get the lighter and come back. Okay, got that started because of the lighter fluid, and I'm gonna let it burn for a minute. Oh, I forgot to pull out this tray. I need to pull out the tray, put that there. And I'm gonna just go ahead and feed a little in there. Okay, now I'm just gonna let that cook for a minute. Let the wood start to create some coals in there, and I'll come back. Okay, I'm gonna take this lid off and take this pan out, and here you have the drip pan there with the two different kind of wood chips. This pan's a separate pan, and I did use it yesterday, and it was really windy, and I put this pan right at the bottom of there with another steak, but I think it cooked too fast. So today what I'm going to do is put this pan here and put the steak right on top there so it doesn't cook too fast. Okay, got the fire going. I need to let it burn for another minute or two, and I'll be back. Okay, what I've decided is I'm going to cook those potatoes, or that potato that I diced up first. So, taking a look in there. Okay, just letting it heat up. Let's see if I can. A little bit of a flame going on in there. It'll continue to get a little hotter and burn a little more. So it's just a little patience. Okay, cooking up the potatoes. Seems to be going pretty good. There's the lake. Nice and quiet. Nice day. With these clouds, it makes it nice, because yesterday I was fishing strawberry, and man, I got sunburned. So it's nice to have these clouds today. Okay, I'm feeding a little more wood in here, pushing it up into the chamber. You can see the flame up underneath the pan there. And the potatoes are cooking nicely. Alright. Okay, these potatoes are looking done, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those potatoes, put them in that blue bowl, and then put them inside the trailer. Cover them up. Okay, now I'm going to set it up for the steak. I'm going to take a pizza pan and then put my slow cooker. What I want it to do is I want to get this gauge up to about 225. So I'm going to need to start feeding some wood in here. So I want that to read 225 before I put the steak on. And this wood is just driftwood that's dried out here on the shoreline. It burns real quick. And then I have some wood like this I'm using that I found at a campsite when I was out in the desert a week or two ago. So I want to start getting this a little bit hot, or hotter. So I'm going to start piling some wood in there. And then I just want this to heat up. It's going to take a little while. Be back in a minute. One thing you want to watch for too is you want to make sure that rocket stove is pretty much level. Because where I use that pizza pan and that Nordic Ware smoker, if it's on an angle, it can slide right off. Yesterday I was doing this and it just about slid off. I didn't have it really on a level ground. So just waiting for it still to heat up. It's about at 100 degrees right now, so it has a way to go. Now the thing with using the pizza pan, it is going to take away some of the heat that would have went into that Nordic Ware smoker. But again, I don't want the buildup of that smoke, the soot. You know how you get that black buildup inside your chimney. It's a pain. You get it all over your hands. Pain to clean off. So, and it would be a pain to clean off that pan. So, I still think it's good that I'm using that pizza pan. Just got to be patient. All right, it's been about 5 minutes, and it's about 225, 230. So what I'm going to do, take the steak, take this lid off, take that steak, and just let it do its thing. Taking the lid off, it dropped quick, but it'll build itself up again. And I got the timer. I want it to about 25 minutes now. About halfway through, I'm going to go ahead and just flip it once. So I'll be back in a while. Okay, it's just been a couple of minutes since I put the steak in. It's worked its way back up to about 235, 230. I'm not going to put any more wood in. I'm just going to keep pushing the wood that's in there. This is working out very nice. You know, and the one issue would be trying to control the temperature. You know, so that's why I'm not going to put any more wood, because right now it's climbing a little. It's trying to get up to 240. So I'll need to watch it. And because I wanted it to cook about 25 minutes, maybe I'll drop 5 minutes off of it if it starts getting up there to 250. Alright, so it's climbing up in temperature, so what I'm going to do is open this vent. Try to cool it down a little because it's getting a little hot. The other thing I can do is I can just lift the lid. And that should bring it down a bit. Which it is. It's dropped it now about to 235 again. So using the vent, and if you have to, just lift the lid. Help regulate the temperature that you're trying to maintain. And it's been about 7 minutes so far of cooking. I'm going to go ahead and I'll be back in a minute. One other thing I would say is make sure you have your wood all prepared before you start this, because it could be a pain trying to search for wood or trying to cut you some little pieces of wood. You know, I have my bag there, so I have enough. I have some there, and my driftwood that I found right around here is almost gone. So, you know, I would say, you know, make sure you have enough wood, because that could be a pain if you're halfway through cooking and then you need to go find more wood. But it's maintaining that temperature with that vent open at the 235, which was what I was looking for. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and lift that lid and take a look at it and maybe flip it. It's been about 10 minutes. Okay, the little bit of the end there is a little crisp, but the inside I'm sure is still really red. And I don't like my steaks rare or medium rare. I like them more medium well done. But I'm now going to let the other side sit for maybe 10 minutes, since that side cooked up pretty good within that 10 minutes. So I'm going to cut this down to 20 minutes. Alright, I put a little bit more wood in, and I closed the vent up on the top because I had that lid off there for a little bit, and it's building the temperature back up inside. But again, you just feed the wood in as you feel the need to. The other thing is you're eventually going to start building up too much the coals in that chamber. And what I've done before is I'll take my long stick and I'll sweep some out and just put them right on the side. You know, I would lift this, and then I'd sweep some out and then just sweep it right here. And sometimes, or one time what I've done is I'll dig a little, with the shovel, a little hole here that they can fall into. But it's going pretty good. Okay, it's been 21 minutes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and lift this off and put this to the side. I'm going to take a couple pieces of wood cast iron hot. I'm going to sear the steak on there for about 2 to 3 minutes, where I can minute on each side. This steak, since it's still hot in here, you know, it's still slowly cooking. I can hear it. What I also want to do is I want to heat up this tortilla. Cooked, I'm going to take this inside the trailer. Put some more oil in the pan. Now the pan, I can tell, is slightly tilted because the oil is over on this side, but it's not really going to be an issue. I'm going to go ahead and take a steak and go ahead and put it in this pan. See if I can lay this down here. Okay, I'm gonna put some seasoning salt, or this kind of seasoning. Never used it before. Okay, got my tortilla that I heated up, cubed potatoes, and the steak. Cut a little piece off, and it's just the way I like it. Let's see if I can get this here. Still has some red in the middle, which is fine. I don't like it bloody though. Get some of this juice that's coming off. And that is good. That is real good. That came out great. I'm happy. I'm a happy camper. So what I'm going to do now, go ahead and put the steak on my plate. Get this juice off this cutting board. Have my tortilla, potatoes, steak. I think that turned out great. I'm really happy. I love the way the steak tastes. I did this yesterday and the wind was terrible and it didn't come out so great. Today the wind wasn't bad and it just worked out like a charm. So you know, that's the second time that I cooked in that smoker this time improved over the first time. There's a learning curve. There's just a learning curve. Last night when I cooked the steak, I put the steak in a pan and then right at the bottom of the cooker. This time I used the elevated pan that sits in the cooker that has the little holes, and the steak was resting above the bottom of the smoker. So it cooked it a little slower, and I didn't use any wood chips to smoke it, but I'm just happy. I'm gonna go ahead and eat now, and I'll clean it up, and I'll kind of maybe go through a couple of the things with the SilverFire rocket stove and the Nordic Ware kettle smoker. One last thing with the steak tortilla is BAM! Habanero pepper sauce. Most wanted. Pain is good. Yep. It's that hot. This is what I'm going to also put with my steak and potatoes. And you won't be here, unfortunately, to hear me say, my tongue's on fire. But I love this stuff. I just got this first time, and had some yesterday and the day before, and I love things hot. Can't be hot enough. So I'm gonna get to eating. Okay, one last thing with this. You know, I emptied this out. I'm not gonna clean it. I don't wipe it down. All I do to store this is put it in the box that it came in. That's all I do. With this, you know, I put the steak on that pan there. And then inside I store the drip pan that it came with, and the two plastic bowls of wood chips. The other pan underneath, the Good Cook Ware, it's something I just bought separate, but I store it in there too. Now, I would just say that if you like your steak more medium or raw, you're gonna not want to put it in this smoker for as long as I had it. The first 10 minutes of it cooking, it cooked about 21 minutes, but the first, say, 10-11 minutes of it cooking, it cooked at about 235. Then I flipped the steak, and it didn't go over 200 for the second 10 minutes. And it came out, you know, medium well. So if you're wanting it more raw or medium, you're going to want to cook it less, and you're going to want the temperature less. But I was really impressed how everything turned out. I thought it was great. You know, don't forget to lower the heat, to use the vent, or to quickly lower the heat, just take the top off and then put it back on. And I am going to store that, the Nordic Ware kettle smoker, in the box that it came in. So it's kind of simple. And again, the pizza pan, in my opinion, is a must, because if you look at my hand, that's pretty black, and that's from touching the pizza pan on the bottom and touching the cast iron pan on the side. You just throw those in a garbage bag, put them in storage. Just clean the inside of the cast iron. Don't try to even clean the pizza pan, in my opinion, unless you got some soft dirt that you can just kind of scrub it, you know, against the dirt. It's not worth it. But you need the pizza pan so this doesn't turn all black and have that soot build up all over it. So I'm just going to put these away now, and then this area that I cooked, you know, you wouldn't even tell. You can't even tell that I cooked here. You know, everything has been cleaned up. The ashes are buried. And now I'm just doing some fishing. The fishing has been poor. I've had that pole there since I've got here, and haven't even had a bite. But this area is, I think, pretty beautiful. Nice area. Really nice. And as you can see, I'm right here on the lake. And this is Red Creek Reservoir here in Utah.